Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. No surprise here regarding Mr. Medvedev's alleged statement coming from Ukrainska Pravda. Well, based on Mr. Medvedev's past, 14 months statements, this is normal, I guess, for his new stance. So what am I talking about? Look here. So he says, according to the New Voice of Ukraine, that preventive nuclear strike a certainty if he were Russian president. So basically he said, if I were the Russian president, I would have dropped a few nuclear strikes. A certainty. Well, let's analyze this for a little bit. This article comes from April 25, 2023. Medvedev said that if he were a Russian president now, he would certainly use a preventive nuclear strike, and I'm quoting, in a certain situation, end quote. And I'm quoting Mr. Medvedev. Let's put it bluntly. If you have a weapon in your hands, and I, as a former president, would know, you must be ready that you won't hesitate to use it in a certain situation. So you must be ready that you won't hesitate to use it in a certain situation, no matter how terrible the cruel it sounds, end quote. He said in his speech at the Knowledge First, end quote, Russian Federal Education Marathon. Medvedev had earlier threatened the International Criminal Court with a hypersonic missile strike after they issued a warrant to Putin's arrest. While earlier similar threats by both he and that's I don't think so. But is that disinformation? Disinformation is lying or providing a information knowing that that is a lie. So while similar threats by both he and Russian dictator Vladimir Putin have proven to be empty and Western nations dismiss them out of hand, the regime has little other to threaten with after squandering the rest of their tools. Why am I saying this? Is it? Please find me that one. When he said, you know what, I'm going to use nuclear weapons. I can tell preemptively. I can tell you one person who said that, and that is not the dictator. That is the free guy, free world lover, Zelensky. He said in an interview, and I covered that in one of my videos, when he said that he wished that NATO would use preemptive nuclear strikes on Russia. Exactly how I tell you right now. I don't think you're going to hear Putin's words like that. I tell you what Putin came close to. He said, at the time when those referenda occurred in the occupied territories, not in Palestine, but here, he said, well, once they will be voted, once they will be part of the Russian Federation, which right now, according to them, they are, they will fall under the Russian constitution, which, if they are attacked and they will fall under the defense listed, or they didn't say listed, in our nuclear doctrine, which is go and look for it. That is, and they said we will use all means necessary. I think that's what he said. All means necessary to defend those areas. And then he said, I'm not bluffing. So that's, check it out. Just Google, I'm not bluffing. That's the only instance that I know, maybe there are some other ones, where he said, you know what, I'm not bluffing. We're going to use any military means to defend our country and blah, blah, blah. That's what it was. On the other hand, Medvedev clearly said, certain things like we're going to hit over there, we're going to hit that, we're going to sink that. I would not put these guys together in their statements. As bad as you want to, to put them, portray them, I don't care. But I haven't heard that guy. It doesn't mean that he could not say. I wouldn't be surprised if Putin would say, well, you know what, we're going to whoop. Okay, what's new? It's not going to surprise me. But these guys are saying something that I don't think is true. That's all. All right, let's go back here. It says, Medvedev's obsession with nuclear weapons has reached such heights that, according to him, they are now the binding force that unites Russia. And I'm quoting, "Nuclear weapons are extremely important for the existence of Russia as the largest state on the planet," end quote, he said during his speech on April 25. And I'm quoting, "We can have a different attitude to nuclear weapons and to weapons in general, but we understand that in today's world, nuclear weapons for our country are at the same importance as the binding force that holds the state together," end quote. I'm not gonna analyze too much what I think he means by that. I think he's like, you know what, if you guys come all together on us, we use that, and that would help us fend any kind of attack. But anyway, so let's see again, let's read what this guy said. "Let's put it bluntly, if you have a weapon in your hands, and I, as a former president," well, the weapon is a nuclear weapon, and why would I take it that way? Anyway, and I, as a former president, would know, you must be ready that you won't hesitate to use it in a certain situation, no matter how terrible and cruel it sounds. Well, I don't know. I don't see anything here, the weapon being mentioned as being nuclear weapon. But hey, I don't care. I'm going to use it. If they want to making him say that, I don't care. It's just that I don't see. If you have a weapon in your hands, it doesn't say, and I, as a former president, would know, you must be ready that you won't hesitate to use it in a certain situation, no matter how terrible and gross. Yeah, I think this could be interpreted as you know, being an open, you know, blank check for him to use it, because he doesn't say, well, everything but. He doesn't exclude any weapons. He's just a weapon in general. So yeah, that could be interpreted that way. So yeah, back off. Well, I don't know if this is that little thing, that little trick, good cop and bad cop, regarding, or let's put it so YouTube likes me more, bad cop and worse cop, okay? Putin being the bad cop and Medvedev being the worst, not the worst, the worst, because we're waiting for the worst. We don't know yet who that guy is. Prigozhin or what's his name? Kadyrov. We don't know yet, but we're gonna find out. They keep us in suspense. So anyway, I think that as I analyze the situation right now with NATO, saying that they will provide security guarantees before any Ukraine accession to NATO, I think that's again a blank check to, we're going to intervene and fight you directly. I mean, that's what it is, security guarantees. So that means I don't know, Lithuania and all these guys, and the United States of America, which is the only important country in all that. That's the only, if you take United States out, let's say United States doesn't exist, never existed, let's put it this way, I guarantee you that Poland and all these guys will speak differently, including Ukraine, would not have happened what happened right now. But you can say, well, probably Russia would have occupied that. Probably. Maybe not. But I guarantee you, 99.9, that if United States would not have been there, you would not have reached this point. And that's my assessment of all this. And they're pushing, and these guys will react. I mean, over there they said, well, they threatened, Putin and Medvedev threatened so many times. Okay, let's say they threatened, and they didn't follow through, and everybody's happy about it. You should be happy. But I guarantee you that these guys are not shying away from what this guy said, you know, using here and there. And that's a possibility. And that's a possibility why? Because I don't think that Russia wants to get to that point where it's going to sacrifice its population, its nation, its statehood for some idiots over there who dictate everything from across an ocean and use these guys here. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think so. So what they're going to do, probably going to say, you know what, that's how I foresee things happening. I'm going to go with this all the way. If Putin is still in power and NATO and these guys continue to, you know, I guarantee you 99.9 that Russia at one point would say, okay, the game is over. Okay, I mean, we had some fun here. Now it's all over. This is the ultimatum right here. This is the deadline. You cross that deadline. If that doesn't stop, we're going to do something. I mean, why? Because you can continue like this, like in George Orwell's, 1984 dystopian novel, and a continuous war. You can go with that. And it could very well go that way. The problem is these idiots want to start another one in the East Asia and want to start another one in the Middle East. So I don't know if this continuous war is not too dangerous because of the level of armament these guys have. So, you find a Medvedev or another guy who's the worst and could, just by mistake or by, I don't know, in the morning he doesn't have a right position and he gets angry and he pushes a button or so. And then everything is just in a chain reaction. Could happen? Yeah, very well could happen. So anyway, I don't know if Medvedev is just set. That's his role given to be like this, or he is like this. I don't know, because you remember when Kadyrov made some statements, he was slapped over his mouth, kind of. Hey, take it easy, stay over there. Don't don't step out of the accepted narrative we try to construct here. So I think that Medvedev is allowed to do that, since Putin is this despot, the criminal that takes care of everybody. He would kill anyone who he would not agree with. So it seems like since Medvedev is not killed by Putin, that means Putin agrees with that. So that, right, by using this idiot's logic, or he's not all powerful and Medvedev is somehow his friend, and Putin has a soft spot for Medvedev. You know what I mean? You gotta make up your mind. Have consistency, my friends. Consistency. Okay? So, anyway, we'll find out. But this is Medvedev now. Should I take it seriously? Should we take it seriously? They speak about it. They are like this, like this, like this. We'll find out. I think the point where the Russians will just, maybe say, that's it, done. Maybe it's coming, but we'll see. Maybe the other chance. The other scenario is the West losing steam in a way that, we had enough. But I don't see that coming too soon. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.